Hello, my soul lovers. It's Empire 333 here with a divine feminine and divine masculine reading. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Just to remind you all, masculine and feminine energies have nothing to do with gender. They are energies where each person has those energies predominantly. That's the energies that they work with. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, guys, there is a solar eclipse going on, and this is going to be really important. It's going to be highly impacted um, when it comes to the divine feminine and masculine energies. It's solar, and this is kicking off actually, last month's lunar eclipse, but this time it's solar, and we're going to have more eclipses back to back. We got another one coming up like in a few weeks. This is crazy. So this is a lot of change is taking place at this time. So what I'm feeling is that things are going to be shifting, okay? Things are going to be shifting. So it's up to you, whatever seeds you plant it's going to be up to you how you take these shifts, okay? So are you working on yourself? What are you doing for you? Are you practicing? Are you doing the spiritual work? Are you doing the self-care that you need to do on a daily basis? Okay, these are questions you have to ask yourself and consider, because there's changes inevitable at this time. Things are going to be, you're going to be pushed into change if you don't do it, if you don't work on yourself, is what Spirit is saying, okay? Straight out. And some of my clients, I've told you guys this, when things like this happen, a lot of people get activations, okay? Activations so that they can get on their path that they're supposed to, or be put on a new path, okay? So changes occur. And sometimes with changes that are inevitable, what happens is that there's endings, okay? And I know a lot of you get scared when you hear about endings, but sometimes endings are, it's for your highest and best, okay? So the way you handle and process the changes that are taking, the shifts that are, upon us, individually, everybody's different, right? So, but regardless, a lot of us are going through major shifts. And I feel like the solar eclipse is going to affect, because it's solar, it's the masculine energy. So it could affect the masculine in a great way, but also the feminine with the masculine energies, okay? So we'll get into that in a minute. I already pulled some cards. Let's get into the cards and we'll get into that. So first spread, I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. That's what I use. So we're going to get into divine feminine energy first. So what I feel here is that the feminine energy is at a crossroads, okay? So we got these cards together. So it's the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and this is the Justice card, okay? So this is about which way to go. This is about either waiting on the masculine, or it's about taking charge, making a move, okay? This is about you, feminines, whoever is feminine watching. This is about you trying to figure it out. Like, how do I still stay in balance? Will I stay in balance if I'm waiting around for them to make a move? Or will I make a move and, still be in balance, okay? This is about what's fair, okay? That's really coming up a lot. Like, what's fair? Because I keep hearing people saying, well, if they're the ones who messed up, if they're the ones who are the ones, causing me pain, then why do I have to make a move? There's a lot of questioning that is going on at this time, and that's fine. But you have to figure out whatever's right for you. And, what they say, that saying, all is fair in love and war, okay? It's like, what is fair to you could be unfair to someone else, okay? It's really about perspective, how you see things, right? So it's about how what your belief patterns are, okay? So a lot of you are like at a crossroads, I'm getting now, because I feel a lot of tired energy. So some of you have been really with your person for such a long time, or you've known them for such a long time. And it's just like you're very tired of, you know, the unfairness is what I'm getting, right? You just want justice. You want things to be fair so that, you know, but you don't know which way is fair, because to you, if you make a move, it might not be fair to you. And then if you wait, it's like it's not fair to the other person, okay? But the thing is, the whole point of this, the emphasis is, you know, starting from zero. This is the Fool card. This is having faith that whichever way you go, whether you wait for your person or whether you make a move towards them, towards balancing things between you two. And I'm getting apologizing too. So it's either you apologizing to them apologizing to you, or both. Because in a lot of times we hurt one another regardless. It depends on what consciousness you're in. So think about the vibes you are in. Think about the vibe your person is in, right? You know how in some of these relationships, these connections, there is this blame game going on, right? It's like, okay, you hurt me, but the person who thinks they were hurt is being blamed by the person who hurt them. That's what it's about. It's about the ego, okay? Which is the opposite of trust, because the ego is fear, right? So regardless whether you're using your ego or not, it's really about how you see things, how you perceive things, the situations, the fight, you know, the ignoring one another, whatever it is in your circumstance, lying to one another. This is about you not trusting in this connection, okay? So if you are lied to, it's obvious that, you know, it takes a long time to rebuild that trust. But if you want this connection to work, you have to work on that, right? So this is about just starting from ground zero. And I feel like the divine feminine collective, sorry. They want to start from zero, start afresh, because a lot of the times, some of you, what I'm picking up on is like, you're feeling that you could have done things different, okay? This is a small group I'm picking up on. But others of you are like, I did everything. I did this, I did that, and still I don't get the, you know, the reaction that I want from my masculine. But this is about you trusting in the divine to make things work, okay? But regardless whether you're trusting in the divine or not, okay? If you are, you need to do something, okay? You can't just do nothing. And when I say doing nothing, I don't mean, you know, you're not making a move that's not right. No. What I'm talking about here, what they're trying to describe to me is like doing the spiritual work, okay? Believing in something, right? If you don't believe in anything, it's going to be hard to believe in this relationship, this connection, this beautiful connection that spanned lifetimes. And, you know, there's a lot of love there, okay? But the love is not, hasn't reached its full potential. Let's just put it that way, okay? Because there's different levels of love, you know? There's different degrees is what they're saying, okay? So this is about you having faith, feminine, trusting that you can do this. You can start from zero. You just have to figure out your approach, okay? Or your non-approach. The approach does not have to be physical, is what Spirit is saying here, which is true. Your approach to this doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be you reaching out to them. It doesn't have to be you going over to their house, okay? Or apartment. This is just about whatever approach you're taking, okay? So when it comes to the masculine energy, I feel like they want to work on this, okay? They know that they did not put attention in the past. They did not give this connection time, or maybe they did, and then all of a sudden they stopped, right? Not putting in time, affection, attention, not trying to build together. So some of you, I'm getting alienation. The word alienation is coming up. So you could be feminine. You could have been alienated from the masculine, okay? So this has to do with their guards, putting up those boundaries, right? I feel like this is a past energy and they're trying to overcome this. This could be present also because, you know, keep in mind there's no, time is not real, and things, this reading could be past, present, future, guys. So keep that in mind. But here we have someone who is hurt, who's wounded, who has their guards up, who's jaded from past relationships, right? It's like, okay, do you see this backpack or bag, whatever it is? This is someone who has baggage, okay? It's right there. Call it a baggage. He or she, I don't know. Can't tell, but this is someone who is on their journey, but yet they're grounded. It's like they don't know where to go. Look at, you know, they're up on a cliff. They're not scared, but it's because their guards are so up, okay? So this is about someone who's been carrying around a lot of baggage with them. And instead of healing it, they haven't. They're thinking things in the physical sense where, okay, I'm not, okay, so, all right, I'm jaded, for example. I'm jaded, I'm wounded from the past, and what I'm going to do is just put my guards up. Even though I want to fix, I want to work together. I want to compromise with my feminine, but I'm so wounded. I'm hurt. The past is so deep. Okay, the emotional wounds of this person are so deep that they can't get over it. And that's why their guards are up. But what I'm getting is like there's progress here because this is the healing card. Okay, there is healing that is taking place, and I feel like for the masculine energy, whoever encompasses that like dominantly, right? The masculine, this is their healing. So I feel that with this solar eclipse and within the next 6 months, what's happening here is that the masculine energies are being activated, okay? So your masculine will be activated, and it has a lot to do with spirit keeps saying you can't live like this. You can't put your guards up, put your walls up, you know, you can't not work with us either. This is a group effort, right? It's with you, the masculine, the feminine, and spirit, okay? It's with the divine, right? So no more of that. It's time to heal. And so, therefore, some of the masculine energies will be activated. And the other thing, feminines, if you're a feminine watching, what they're telling me is that the feminines, okay, masculine energy will be activated. Given you are ready or not ready. Some of you, I have to say, okay, so some of you or whoever in the collective, they're saying it's long due. Activation is necessary, okay? And then we got the what is it called? The Hangman in reverse. This is enlightenment. So the masculine energies will be enlightened. So some of you are questioning, I hear it. You're thinking, okay, if I'm a feminine and my masculine is being activated, what does that mean? I could be masculine already, but that's fine. This is about the positive aspects of your masculine. So there's negative and positive in masculine and feminine energies, guys. So for the masculine energy, it's more about how they use their power is what I'm getting. So in the past, the masculine used their power for their egoic, let's say, satisfaction, or because they could, or you know, it's more like the power tripping we see when we look at like national leaders, things like that, people in the government, you know what I mean? It's, or corporations, big corporations. This is about masculine using their power to really their disadvantage, right? Or using it in a corrupted way, you know, even when it has to do with the feminine energy, right? So that's just an example. It's like power is good, but you can't use it for the disadvantage of people, for harming people, you know what I mean? So that's an example. There's other examples. There's a lot, actually. I don't want to really get into that, but I hope you all know how, what the idea of it is. So the masculine energy here, whether it be the masculine or the feminine energy, the feminine, okay, the divine feminine with their masculine energy, right? It's going to activate the masculine energy of both of you, okay? I hope this makes sense to you, because the way they're telling me, it's like it makes sense to me, but I don't know if I'm translating it right. This has to do with healing. This has to do with enlightenment. So there's a major, this is activations. I'm feeling activations, definitely. Especially with the masculine energy. I'm getting it more with the masculine and the feminine, but they're telling me it's both. So that's good, you know, to know, because, I mean, we're getting activated, guys. So I'm pretty, you know, happy with that. Boosters. I call them boosters, okay? We have that name for it with my guides. So you're going to be boosted with healing, regeneration, they're saying, okay? So regeneration. Wow, there's a lot coming up. I'm getting a lot that has to do with sickness too. So, okay, so those of you who have genetic predisposition when it comes to diseases or something, diseases, sicknesses, whatnot, it's like, okay, and now they're talking about DNA reconstruction. Wow, okay, this is major. So those of you who have a masculine or have a feminine that has those kind of things, I feel like they're going to be activated through that, which means for some of you, you might get symptoms of that, okay? So, okay, let me give you an example of one thing, okay? I'm sorry I can't give you a lot of scenarios because I can't make this video like very long. YouTube is you know, it's taking too long for the videos to upload, and also it's Mercury retrograde, guys, so it's a little crazy. But one example that they're giving me is, okay, for example, let's say you know someone, or your family has like a history of diabetes, right? Your parents are diabetic, or your aunts and uncles, whoever, and then it's like you never had it, and all of a sudden you're getting symptoms of it, and it's like freaking you out, okay? So I feel like those things are being worked on. That's just one, you know, scenario it could be, is what they're bringing up, but there's other things also. So just, you know, think about that, and for sure go to a doctor to have it checked anyways, but just keep that in mind, that things are a lot of DNA upgrades. DNA upgrades. Wow. That's major. I'm loving this eclipse already. Okay, so let's see. Anything else for my feminine energies? My divine feminines. Okay. That's good. All right. Whoa. A lot. Yeah, I feel like there's this crossroads energy with the feminine. Like, which way do I go? Some of you could not, maybe are not talking to your masculine, but what I'm getting from this energy is that, okay, this is what I'm getting. So you know how you pull back your energy when you realize you're giving so much and not getting anything in return. Like things are not fair. It's injustice. It's not fair. It's not balanced. Like it's a one-sided connection. That's how you feel. And now it's like you're realizing that, like, I gave so much, this and that. And so you're trying to think, do I block this person? Okay. Or do I reunite with this person? How do I approach this person? Same thing. It's like the feminine energy is trying to figure out how to approach the masculine energy. Should I be kind to them like how I was in the past? Should I reach out to them how I was in the past? Should I do this every time they do that like how I did in the past? Okay. So this is about you at the crossroads trying to figure out, because I know that you both want a new journey, feminine. That's for sure. You want to start all over. It's like the chapter has closed to the past. You don't want to deal with the past energies anymore. You're tired. Some of you are sick and tired. I can hear you. And you don't know what to do. You don't know what move to make, okay? So let's see the master. And this also has to do with boundaries. So you might have heard, you need to set healthy boundaries, right? Which is amazing. That's great advice, okay? Everybody needs to set healthy boundaries with everyone in their life. It doesn't have to be romantic partners, family, friends, coworkers, bosses, employees, everybody. But the question here is like, can you do this in balance, feminine? Are you going to completely block the masculine energy, or are you going to just set healthy boundaries? And if you block them, how long is that going to go on for? Okay. So you really need to think about the boundary parts. You really need to think about the blocking, right? I know you're at a crossroads, but does it have to be black or white? Is what Spirit is saying. Does it have to be black or white? Can it be gray? Because what I see here is like, I see you're at a crossroads. You're like, do I go back to the past, how things were in the past, how I treated them, how I gave to them, how I loved them, how I cared for them, how I gifted them, how I, blessed them, like whatever it is you did for the masculine energy, do I go back to the past? How kind I was to them, how I picked them up when they were falling every time. And here we have the other side of the spectrum, which is, do I block them completely? Do I have nothing to do with them? Do I, block them and, change my keys? Change the locks. I should say change my keys. Well, yeah, the locks and the keys. And Spirit is asking you here, does it have to be black or white? Can it be gray? And can you do that, feminine? Because this is balance. This is the Justice card. This is balance, right? So this has to do with no extremes is what they're saying. You're being very extreme. So you're going to be extreme when you do whatever it was in the past you were doing, right? Because you were giving and giving and giving and giving till you were depleted dry, right? Until you didn't even have nothing to give yourself. That's how you felt. And this is the other extreme where you completely block them in your life and pretend that they never happened. So you got choice to make here. But they keep saying, it doesn't have to be black or white, okay? It doesn't have to be as extreme as what you're saying. So think about that, feminines, while you are at the crossroads making that choice, okay? And what they just said to me is think about it with a leveled head, okay? So don't think about, oh yes, they're saying do not make decisions when you're angry. Don't think about this when you're angry. Don't think about this when you're drinking. Don't think about this when you've had a horrible day at work, okay? And your coworker's annoying you. Think about this when you're alone and it's quiet and you can hear your inner voice telling you, talking to you, okay? So for my masculines, what do I need to know for masculines? Oh, I love it. Ooh. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. Hold on. I want to clarify something real quick. Oh, okay. I don't have to. They just told me. I love it. So, masculine is coming out of this kind of energy where they overthink. They don't see what's going on. They are stuck in the swords, and it's kind of like these imprisonment of thoughts that, you know, overtake them. They're coming out of this energy, and what's happening here is the ego, okay, that is being burned by the sun. I know that sounds very graphic, but what I'm feeling here is that the part of the masculine who was resisting this is being burned out by the sun, and that has to do with the solar eclipse. Like I just said, the sun, right? We got a solar eclipse that has to do with the sun. It's not the moon, right? So this has to do with the resistance. And for some of you, your masculine has been doing this for years, okay? They could be doing this ever since they were a kid, just blocking people. And this has a lot to do with intimacy, is what they're saying. So they could have blocked people every time someone gets close. It's like, no, 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 no. They get scared. Their ego is like, no, 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 danger, danger, danger. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the flight and fight response that people get, okay? When there is like, they sense danger, okay? It's like a instinct. So this is about, yeah, their hormones get going. Their adrenaline rushes, not in a good way, in a negative way, because it's fear-based, okay? So what's happening here is that a lot of the masculines, because we got this right under healing, okay? During the solar eclipse, keep in mind the eclipse energies last for 6 months. This is about from now to December, right? Yeah. December, the masculine energies overcoming the fears of intimacy, okay? Because like I said, some of the masculines, they've been doing this ever since they were a kid. So this has to do with or the other thing I'm getting, okay, you guys, for those of you who have masculines who, like, the parents left or they were neglected, I'm getting neglected a lot. Neglected, or they felt abandoned from their family members, okay, or whenever they were growing up by whoever was raising them, whoever they would call a family. This also has to do with the resistance against that, okay? So it's kind of like, sorry guys, I'm having back issues. So this has to do with so like, let's say your masculine is one of those people, right? Every time they felt like you're getting close and it's going to turn into a commitment, like a solid commitment, or oh no, like they're talking about moving in, or oh no, like talking about marriage, it's like this fear kicks in, right? And that's why they would block you. So if you've had a night with your masculine, or a day, and like a beautiful day, beautiful night, everything's going perfect, you guys had whatever, and you know, amazing time together, and then, you know, the next day they're like missing, or they're completely cold. It doesn't have to be the next day. You guys know what I'm talking about. You all know. It's like the happiest time. You know that they were happy. They were smiling. You both were laughing. You had so much fun together. Great conversation. It's like the time stood still. And then all of a sudden, later on, it's like they're pushing you away. That is ending. I know you guys are happy about that. I know I'm getting like so happy. Okay? Put your hands up in the air, guys. So this has to do with the Queen of Swords. So this is also about being diplomatic. So what I feel like a lot of the masculines in the past were not. So when you operate from the ego, you're not diplomatic. You can't be these two at the same time. Okay? You can't be someone who speaks, you know, and this doesn't have to do with eloquently, okay? So I don't want to go there, but this has to do with having integrity, and that has to do with honesty too. So the masculines in the past, because of being so, you know, the ego inflated, right? It's like the way they spoke to you, for some of you, this is not for all, guys, but what I'm feeling is that the way they spoke to you was so non-diplomatic. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? You all know whoever this resonates with, you all know what I'm talking about. But that has to do with their ego. So I feel like they're so ashamed of the way they handle certain situations, the arguments, the fights, the misunderstandings, them getting caught with lying, okay, is what I'm getting for some of you. And it's like they were so non-diplomatic because for some of you, they blamed you for that. Whatever it was they did, they blamed you for it. So that is all egoic. And like I said, with the solar eclipse, that's going to be burned out. So those egoic behaviors are going to be burned out is what I'm getting, okay? And when it comes to the feminine, the parts that are going to be burned out is the parts that do not benefit the feminine energy. That's what they just said. Wow. Okay, hold on, guys. The parts that benefit the feminine energy, which is, okay, giving so much that you're depleted of energies, you're not giving to yourself. If you're giving so much to your soulmate here, okay, this is 6 of Cups, you're not giving to yourself. You know that. You're lacking in giving to yourself, okay? So hold on, guys. Let me see what they have to say about that. So both, yes, independence. This also has to do with individuality, because what they're saying is like being powerful in your individuality, having confidence to be your own person, having an identity for yourself without the masculine, okay? This has to do with success, confidence, and this is about you knowing who you are and sticking in that power, okay? It's not like, okay, it's like using that power for the advantage of you, okay? And when you use it for the power of you, then you're using it for the masculine too, okay? It doesn't go the other way around, is what Spirit is saying. And for a lot of my feminines, what they've been doing is giving so much to their masculines, not giving to themselves, okay? My guides are like, they're saying funny stuff. They're saying that, oh, and look how you're mirroring each other. You guys got both the same cards. Okay. So they said that there's nothing more attractive and magnetic than someone being in their power like this. Then this is the 9 of Pentacles, guys, just in case you don't know. Someone being so independent, knowing their, like, embracing their individuality and honoring it in their power. There's nothing more magnetic than that, is what they just said. They said it in a different way, but I'm not going to share it with you all. Okay, this is the Spirit. I'm going to pull, sorry, guys. All the decks I use are down below, Spirit Oracle. So, what would you like my feminines and masculines to know? For the solar eclipse energies, my loves. Okay. Regret. There's nothing sadder than looking back on some part of your life with regret, wondering what you could have done but did not. Go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than not to try at all. All is not lost. You still have time to turn the situation around. Let go of fear and apprehension and follow your heart, okay? And I always say this, when it says follow your heart, make sure your heart is healing, okay? You can't be in a closed up, fearful, you know, heart space and, you know, take action. It gives you a completely different outcome, okay, guys? So this is about someone regretting not taking any type of action towards this connection, and this is about guidance. So release the past to the eternal winds and allow new energies to enter your life. You are a creation that is vast and endless, with no beginning and no end. Allow your life to flow like a river. The spirit of life will guide you and keep you safe. Beautiful. So you are getting guidance, okay? So I'm going to pull one more card, guys. They're saying one more. For the solar eclipse energy. Ooh. Message from afar. Message coming from afar. Expect positive and refreshing news. A great outcome for all, okay? Good news. I like this. Positive news. Okay. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it's helped you in some way. Let me know in the comments below. And if it has, also, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe if you already have not. It does help support the channel. And I wish you all the best. I hope you all have positive breakthroughs for the solar eclipse. And you do all the work now so that you kind of shape the next 6 months, guys. So, yeah, I wish you all the best. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.